to the annual budget, like no cash bail and added revenue thanks to the wind farm.
Oh, it looks great again this year. I've said it in the past, and I'll continue to say it. Our elected officials and appointed office holders do a great job submitting their budgets to us and trying to keep expenses in line. The wind farm, the wind towers did come into effect this year. Sandy Schlosser, the supervisor assessments, did put those on at 50%, which anticipates an increase in tax dollars of $12,160,000. So when we put the budget together, that definitely helped us with our anticipation of reduced money coming in from the Cash Bail Reform Act.
According to Rentmeister, the no cash bail was supposed to go into effect last year, but was held up because it was challenged in the court system. By the time it was upheld, then implemented this fall, the budget process was all but wrapped up.
Started last year. We reduced several line items, and that usually affects the general fund. We did reduce some revenues in the fines and fees coming in last year. The cash bail didn't take effect till September of this year. So since we had already planned for it hitting in the last year's budget, we just continued with this year. So we were kind of set up for it anyway, and we did that a year ahead of time. The budget does, by September, we're pretty close to having it set. It was really hard to follow how that could have affected us going on. So we're just going to have to keep a really good eye on it this coming year and see where it lands.
The wind farm dollars are going to benefit the county. Rentmeister points out that will allow them to keep the levy steady, which is already one of the lower levies in the area.
Actually, what that does is it increases the actual EAV that we use. So when we go to figure out the different levies associated with our funds, we can get more dollars for the same levy rate. We can keep our levies then pretty consistent with what we've been doing for the last 3 years. Anticipated county rate, it will stay at 70 cents. Last year, which is the year that we're in now, the levy came in at 0.69, and then the year before it came in at 0.70. So we have been able to utilize tax dollars increases. We saw an increase in our host fees, so that helped offset. So we're able to keep our levy rates pretty consistent then, and still have money to do the things that each office needs to operate their department. The taxpayers of DeWitt County should be very proud of the elected officials and appointed department heads for holding the line and being able to, stay at that 70-cent rate. That's just, I think it's unheard of in today's world. And, you asked me if I looked at other counties. I haven't this year, but I know other counties our size, they're at $1 easily. I think that everyone's done a great job of asking for what they need and being able to continue to operate and serve the citizens of the county.
Rentmeister points out a lot of people have the perception that budgeting dollars are flexible, but most of the time they are, in fact, not that flexible. The wind farm dollars will have some flexibility attached to them, but there are areas of the budget that need to be funded and funded at certain levels.
Just like our corporate fund. The maximum rate can be 27 cents. That of all the tax dollars collected, up to 27 cents can go to the general fund. We've been very, very fortunate, and we watch that budget. That corporate levy really operates all the departments except the highway department. They do have their own levies to operate. We've kept that rate at 25 cents for the last 4 years. So we're not at the maximum, which is great. But then you have, like I said, you have the highway department. They have their own money that operates all the updates and upgrades to the roads and stuff. So money collected for that can only go to the highway department.
Right.
The same with, we have a mental health levy. That money's collected. It can only be used for mental health. The Friendship Center, they also have their own levy. So those funds, they total 70 cents total. But when they're collected, they cannot be, you can't say, oh, well, I'm short on the general fund, so I'm going to take from highway. Can't happen.
The COVID dollars that have been debated over the last few years have allowed the county to take care of things like building improvements and law enforcement investments, as well as upgrades to the 911 center at the county building. Rentmeister continues to praise leadership for conservative budgeting that allows the county to keep its levy low and provide vital services for its people. The annual Rev grants through First National Bank in Clinton that are administered by the DeWitt County Development Council were awarded last month. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, Executive Director Kurt Homan told Regional Radio there were 4 recipients of those grants this year. He feels it is always exciting to hear the ideas of local business owners and be able to help them realize their goals to make their business better.
Rev grants went incredibly well once again, and we had 4 recipients of some funds this year. And glad to announce Leading Men Fiber Arts, Jumpstart Nutrition, Dance Extreme, and C&P Custom Printing were all winners of this year's Rev competition. Rev grant is a partnership with First National Bank and Trust here in Clinton, and we had approximately 16 applicants, and most of those were exceptional. We really could have had probably 12 or so different presenters, but they do narrow that down. That does get narrowed down to 4. So picked 4 of the best and brought them in for a competition. And this year, and it's not always the case, but this year all 4 did receive some fun. Really, it comes up with Rev is sort of ignite or rev up your business, and so they're looking for projects that will ignite sales, make the business more productive, offer some product or service maybe that isn't available locally, but really an idea and a focus on improving one's business. So those take it's kind of general in nature, so that could take a lot of different approaches. Sometimes it's a product, sometimes it's a computer operating system, sometimes it's with Leading Men's it's their own branded product. So which is really cool. I mean that's a fantastic thing for Clinton and DeWitt County.
Homan highlights the 4 winners, 3 of which have shops on the square in Clinton.
C&P Custom Printing, they had a new piece of equipment that they were eyeing, and while the grant didn't cover all of that piece of equipment, it did cover a significant portion. Dance Extreme needed some new heating and cooling for their space. Jumpstart Nutrition, if I remember correctly, was some operational software, some point of sale computer equipment. And again, Leading Men Fiber Arts, they'll have their own branded line of fabric.
Just be
yarn.
So mad.
It's yarn. Their own branded yarn.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. They're moved locations, and I'm excited to continue to see great things from them for sure. Dance Extreme and Jumpstart are both on the square as well.
Homan says as the Rev grant process has wrapped up for the DCDC in 2023, they now turn their attention to 2024, where they are planning to award a record $50,000 in grants. We'll have more on that with Homan later this week on Regional Radio. Yesterday on Regional Radio, we heard from Paula Giles as she reflected on her career and upcoming retirement from the DeWitt County Friendship Center. Lori Heyerman is now the new executive director of the DeWitt County Friendship Center and says she's been a Clinton resident for 30 years, probably best known for her banking career in Clinton, most recently working at the DMV.
Well, I'm mostly known for my banking career in town. And we are originally from Peoria and have been here about 30 years now. So suffice to say, I think that makes us a Clintonite. Yes, for the region's closed. So I was there when it was several banks in that same building. So I went to another bank in Decatur. And the last few years I spent at our DMV here in Clinton.
Heyerman indicates she is most looking forward to continuing those trips the Friendship Center has become known for. The Friendship Center will have a week trip to Mackinac Island next October. Heyerman invites the public to stop by the Friendship Center this week to wish Giles well in her retirement and stop by in the coming weeks and introduce themselves to her. We stream to Facebook and YouTube this morning, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Get the latest in local news anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com. A look at sports comes your way next.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4Ls with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
All of us here at Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Come see us this month and find your holiday decor on sale for half price. This is Connie reminding you to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is Ryan Utterback with Utterback Real Estate. Selling your house on your own can be overwhelming.
Pricing, phone calls, showings, negotiating offers, liability. Did I mention the paperwork and baking all those cookies for open houses?
And that's why you're the other Ryan.
For stress-free selling, click the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Do you know what to do when a car is pulled over on the side of the road?
Get over!
First, reduce your speed. Second, change lanes if possible. Third, proceed with caution. These 3 simple steps can be the difference between life and death.
What if it's you that's on the side of the road? Do you want everybody to move over for you?
Do the right thing. Slow down, move over, and drive like your life and their life depends on it.
For more than a century, AM radio has evolved to meet the needs of our community. More than 80 million listeners depend on AM radio each month. AM radio is also the backbone of the emergency alert system, which keeps us safe in dangerous times. It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
With SRN Sports, I'm Michael Harrington. Let's start with NFL Monday Night Football and the Bengals, who stunned the Jaguars in overtime, and Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence goes out with an injury.
Evan McPherson boots a 48-yarder in overtime to help the Bengals upset the Jaguars 34-31 on Monday Night Football. The Bengals improved to 6-6 behind quarterback Jake Browning, who completed 32 of 37 for 354 yards, a passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown.
It definitely feels good to have a solid performance under your belt, but I'm not planning on plateauing anytime soon. I think I can continue to get better.
Quarterback Trevor Lawrence left the game in the fourth quarter with an ankle injury and did not return. C.J. Beathard came off the bench to finish the game as Jacksonville falls to 8-4. I'm Denny Kapp.
NBA action yesterday. Pacers oust the Boston Celtics from the NBA in-season tournament 122-112. This is SRN Sports. In the other NBA in-season tournament quarterfinal game, Brandon Ingram scored 30 points, and the New Orleans Pelicans beat the Sacramento Kings 127-117. Ingram helped New Orleans erase an early deficit, and the Pelicans never trailed in the second half as they advanced to play the winner of Tuesday night's game between Phoenix and the LA Lakers. College football, LSU's Jaden Daniels, Oregon's Bo Nix, and Washington's Michael Penix Jr., transfer quarterbacks who've all played at least 5 college seasons, and Ohio State receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. are the finalists for the Heisman Trophy Award. The winner is announced Saturday in New York. Ohio State's Kyle McCord, Oklahoma's Dylan Gabriel, and Oregon State's Aiden Childs lead a parade of quarterbacks into the transfer portal on the first day of the 30-day window that football players can put their names out in search of another opportunity. National Hockey League action yesterday. It was St. Louis getting by Vegas 2-1 in overtime. Arizona clobbered the Capitals 6-0. This is SRN Sports.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. After slowing down Peoria Heights early, Clinton could not keep up, and Heights rolled the Lady Maroons at 49-24 in non-conference high school girls basketball action Monday night in Peoria. The Lady Maroons led 8-7 after one, but were outscored 15-4 and 15-1 in the second and third quarters, respectively. Lila Kluver led the Lady Maroons with 7 points. Reagan Filkin added 6. Clinton opens the Central Illinois Conference slate on Thursday when they host Shelbyville at Clinton High School. After a slow start for both teams, a 15-2 third quarter scoring advantage allowed Decatur LSA to get by Blue Ridge 31-6 in non-conference high school girls basketball action Monday night in Farmer City. Phoebe Reynolds scored 6 points for the Lady Knights. Chelsea Lyle added 5. Blue Ridge drops to 2-5 overall and will host Fisher on Friday. Raheem Tyus had 34 points, leading Decatur St. Teresa over Argenta-Oreana 59-52 at the Macon County Tournament from Argenta Monday night. Max Shalosky scored 14 points for the Bulldogs. Ethan Mahan had 19 for the Bombers, and Jalen Jawan Flowers had 13. Tonight, at the Macon County Tournament, Meridian takes on Central A&M at 6. Followed by Maroa Forsyth battling Sarah Gorda Bement at 7:30. Pavel Buchnevich scored 38 seconds into overtime, and the St. Louis Blues beat the Vegas Golden Knights 2-1 Monday night. Alexei Toropchenko scored in regulation for St. Louis, and Jordan Bennington made 33 saves. The Blues moved to 12-0 when scoring the first goal of the game. They are 3-0-1 in their last 4 straight trips to Vegas. Jack Eichel scored for the Golden Knights. Logan Thompson had 25 saves. In the extra period, Buchnevich was alone in the right corner when he took a pass from Robert Thomas and slammed the puck past Thompson. Bennington was easily the star of the game after struggling in his previous 6 starts, where he allowed a league highest goals against average of 4.56 and the highest among goaltenders with at least 5 starts since November 18th. The game certainly opened with a battle between Bennington and Thompson, who were exceptional at keeping the puck out of the goal. After a relatively quiet first period, Toropchenko deflected a shot from Colton Parayko and passed Thompson to give the Blues a 1-0 lead with 21 seconds left. Bennington continued to stymie Vegas efforts in the second period, exemplified by 3 highlight saves. The first time, he slid across the crease just in time to thwart Nick Roy at the corner of the goal, and later dropped into the splits to stifle former teammate Ivan Barbashov. The third might have been the most impressive, with 2.5 left in the second, when Barbashov swiped the puck at the blue line and sprung Eichel for a chance in front, only to have Bennington poke-check the puck off his stick at the doorstep. The Golden Knights finally broke through when Eichel fired a shot from the top right circle, and it found its way past Bennington into the top left corner for a power play goal with 7:02 left in regulation. Vegas had failed on its previous 3 power play opportunities. The Blues, who came into the game with a league second best penalty kill, have stopped 28 of 31 shots, now ranking 4th in the league with an 88.2 penalty kill percentage, away from St. Louis. The teams conclude a home-and-home series in St. Louis on Wednesday. Chase Elliott overcame the worst season of his career and maintained his hold on the NASCAR Most Popular Driver Award for the 6th consecutive year. Elliott missed 7 races this season, failing to make the playoffs, and it wasn't required to attend Thursday night's season-ending award ceremony at the Music City Center in Nashville, but he showed up to pick up the only award solely voted on by fans. Elliott beat new NASCAR champ Brian Blaney and Hendrick Motorsports teammate Kyle Larson in the voting, per results by the National Motorsports Press Association. Elliott went winless in 2023 and failed to earn a berth in the playoffs for the first time in his 8 Cup seasons. He missed 6 races with a broken leg, suffered in a snowboarding crash early in the season, and was suspended for 1 race for deliberately wrecking Denny Hamlin at the Coca-Cola 600. He wound up 17th in the final Cup standings. Riverton native Justin Allgaier was voted most popular driver of the Xfinity Series, while Haley Deegan won most popular driver in the Truck Series. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
I'm Dave Jackson, owner of your Clinton Save-A-Lot, hoping your family is healthy and safe this holiday season, and that the peace of the season will be felt now and in the coming year.
We at Save-A-Lot in Clinton believe the holiday season is a perfect time to send warm wishes for the best that life has to offer and say thanks for your friendship and goodwill. I'm Morgan Cole, Butcher, wishing you the holiday best.
Clinton is said to be one of the downstate Illinois' fastest multi-gig cities. That's right. Connexus is thrilled to be building in Clinton the most reliable and fastest internet service, now with residential speeds up to 2.5 gigabytes. Construction continues throughout Clinton, with service currently being installed in the northwest part of town. Fall in love with your internet again with incredible 2.5 gigabyte speed right to your home. Click the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Fiber not available everywhere. Terms and conditions apply.
ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties, the leader in fire, water, and mold restoration, is once again the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, announced at the end of every Maroon sports broadcast. Our WHOW announcing staff will select that night's WHOW ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties Clinton Maroon Player of the Game. Their play will be highlighted in each WHOW Maroon postgame broadcast, and that player receives a certificate from WHOW and ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties. Find out the many services ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties offers by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hey, this is Todd Gleason from Illinois Extension here with a time change for our daily market report on WHOW. You can now catch our daily review